Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video, I am going to talk about why I love the state of Florida. This is a little bit different from a hurricane update, although I will give you a little bit of an update of what the 10,000 Islands is kind of like since Hurricane Ian. Just so you know, the 10,000 Islands are south of Marco. There's Big Cypress Preserve, and then there is the Everglades National Park. So in this, with two of my best friends, we went out to camp on this island called Brush Island. So we launched out of Goodland, that little yellow line. We went out of that pass all the way down to Brush. It was like a 3-mile paddle, which isn't too bad for me and John because we were on kayaks. Cam over here, this Nimrod, had a kayak but didn't have the paddle for the kayak, and I have extra paddles, and he never let me know. So when I got down to his place, he was like, "Oh yeah, dude, I don't have a paddle for my kayak." So this poor sucker paddleboarded 3 miles, which was a feat for him. He did an excellent job. In our plastic bags, we actually had all the stuff that shouldn't get wet. It looks like I'm straight up transporting a body, which is kind of hilarious. We did have a FWC officer. I didn't get it on film, but he passed by and he literally turned around and stared at us. He didn't turn the boat around, but he was staring at us for a good bit. Just what the heck are these kids up to? Just so you know, it is perfectly legal to go out and camp on these islands as long as it's Big Cypress Preserve and you're not camping during the bird nesting season, which starts in February. Just so you know. Again, we're going out of that little pass and we hit this little bend. This is the bend, so to the right is the Gulf, which I was surprised how fast we hit the Gulf. I didn't know what to expect because I have not been down in this area for quite some time. But the first objective was finding a beach that we could stay at, which proved to be quite a challenge because the storm surge actually took away some of the beach down here. You can see in some areas, obviously it's eroded. There was no debris, absolutely no debris, no floating garbage, nothing. It was very clean down there. But I know that they did experience some storm surge, especially since Everglades City. I watched an update video from another channel, and they said that even places as far down as Everglades City had some flooding, which is quite remarkable that Ian had such a wide effect. But we didn't know if we wanted to stay here. This is Tripod Island, and then we kept on going across, and we eventually came upon Brush Island. Brush Island was perfect, man. Awesome island. There was no mud on it. Sometimes these islands down in the Everglades, the 10,000 Islands I should say, when the tide recedes, it's mostly mud. It's like the slicky bay mud nobody likes, and it smells. So we were going off of a hunch. I mean, we're a really adventurous type of group, I should say. I can ask Jonathan and Cam if, they wanted to jump the Mexican wall and go to Mexico, and I'm pretty certain they'd be up to it. I've known these guys for a huge chunk of my life. Cam I've known since I've been 6 months old. And Jonathan's the one on the kayak, by the way. So yeah, we brought our fishing rods and all that kind of stuff out. And we were just trying to spend the night and have a good time. And really, this is what I love to do in Florida, is to go out and experience the nature that this state holds. There's so many things you can do in Florida. There's kayak camping, there's kayaking, there's boating, there's snorkeling, there's spear fishing. Any water-related activity, it's really heaven. And yes, the Gulf might not have the clearest water. In some places, there are some clear water. You just have to know where to go. Like where I work at the kayak place on Big Hickory, that water is perfectly clear during high tide. It really looks very similar to the Keys, although it's a different color. So you just gotta know what to do. There's springs in Florida. The springs like Silver Springs, Crystal River, there's Ginny Springs. All those locations are I highly recommend that if you have not checked those out, you look them up and you check them out because they're really cool. But yeah, we set up this tent. We're all sharing the tent, which is kind of funny because you can imagine the jokes that follow from that. Obviously, we had to hang up all our food just so the raccoons and whatnot couldn't get it. And then we got ready to fish. And we fished throughout the night, and we did catch some stuff. There was some snook, jacks. A lot of it I didn't get on video just because I was hanging out with the guys. But it was a good time. Here I got this little sunset I caught on camera. But yeah, this is really what I like to do, just so that y'all can get a little feel of what I like to do. I'm not really out there hitting the bars and partying all the time. I would much rather go out and do a little camping trip, or as a tour guide, I love to be out in nature. I mean, that was a big passion job of mine, was bringing people out, making their day, sharing a little bit of knowledge about the ecosystem. And I met people from all over the country. We had a really booming business till the hurricane hit. And if y'all are wondering if it's still out there and available, it is. Just go to Big Hickory, and right by the bridge you will find us. But I just kind of wanted to make this video sharing why I love the state of Florida. There's just so much water related activity that you can do, and I will be bringing out more Hurricane Ian updates, and I'm going to go around and share some historical landmarks, and I will be making history videos on those. So stay tuned, and y'all have an amazing day.